Walker Jewelers presents our Max Morning Return. Casey Jandro is here for this Monday return. One can only assume she'll be back on Casey Friday.
Oh, I should hope.
Casey's pulling a twofer this week, and coming soon, it's Casey Fridays. Coming soon, Casey Every Day.
Yay. I really love that applause.
Well, I'm sure you do. Every time somebody claps or compliments Casey on a job well done when it comes to her radio, her hair gets pinker.
It's not how it works.
Her head doesn't get bigger. Her hair gets pinker. Old Cotton Candy Head's got some pink hair right now.
Very pink.
She just repinked, actually. Looks good.
Thanks.
Yeah. When'd you repink?
Right after our Halloween party.
Yeah, our Halloween party. If you missed it, it was. I'm still shaking off the after effects of that wild Friday morning.
I did not.
That was a party.
I wasn't given any parameters.
Well, I thought maybe we would do something Halloween themed.
What did you do? How did you contribute?
I wasn't throwing the party. It was a Casey Jandro hosted Halloween party. You know what it was? It was a Casey Friday. That happened to be the Friday before the weekend.
Right.
Most people celebrated Halloween.
My bad. Now I know.
Well, I got a story for you. This will be a makeup. This will be a make good story.
Okay.
What I'm about to tell you is 100% true and factual to the best of my recollection.
Okay.
Because at some point I blacked out.
Oh, awesome.
At some point during this, I blacked out. Coming up, we're going to give you a chance to win some St. Louis Blues hockey tickets. The Blues are back, baby. And if you'd like to go and enjoy a game, the Blues in action at Scott Trade Center. I haven't read anything about the naming rights for the home of the Blues. It's been, I remember back in the day, it was Kiel, the Kiel Center.
Oh, yeah, that's when I went.
Yeah, back in the day when that beautiful facility opened. When did that open? Like 96? Somewhere around 1995, 96, maybe sooner. I think it was maybe earlier than that. I'm trying to remember. I'm basing mine because I'm not a Blues fan because I don't really like hockey that much. If I were to pick a sport, it's baseball. I never got into it for some reason. My dad wasn't a hockey fan. My dad was a football fan. I didn't really like football, but I was like a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
So I wasn't watching much sports. And I only really liked the one sport. Well, I played soccer as a kid, and then I played baseball. So baseball, kind of Cardinal baseball. And we go to a baseball game or two when Dad would get tickets from work. I don't know why. We just never went to Blues games. My brother's a huge Blues fan. So I don't know why I never did catch the Blues bug. Now, I don't dislike, and when I go to a game, it's fun. But I'm not like checking the standings and such. You know, I have to fake it enough at these my daughter's basketball tournaments. Some of the guys are talking about their fantasy football. They're talking about their points, and I'm like, yeah, I took a beating last week. Oh, who'd you start? I'm like, that one guy, you know, what's his name? And they'll say like, you know, whoever, like, you know,
Right.
Oh, Tom Brady? Yeah, that's who it was.
I don't understand fantasy football
I don't
at
know
all.
any of that stuff. I don't do
No.
that stuff.
My brother-in-law does that stuff.
I'm watching Perfect Strangers on Hulu right now. I'm catching up on one of my favorite shows. I forgot how much I liked that show till I started rewatching it on Hulu.
I'm not doing any of that either. What am I doing?
That was one of the original TGIF shows back when ABC owned Friday nights, and they did the TGIF. We're watching Boy Meets World.
That's a good one.
We're rewatching that one, and then I'm watching Perfect Strangers. So I'm having enough problems with sports, you know.
Yeah.
So I try to remember the Kiel Center specifically based off wrestling. Because I'm a wrestling fan more than I was a Blues fan or a sports fan, and I would go to Kiel a lot for wrestling events. I've probably been to more wrestling events at Kiel Center than I had Blues games, and I've been to no basketball games besides high school. Obviously, now my daughters both play. So 94. When does anyone remember when the Kiel Center opened? 94
no
maybe.
idea.
94, 95. I'm trying to remember. WrestleMania 10 would have been in 94. I think it was open at least by 94, maybe 93, 94. So it was Kiel Center. And then what was it called after Kiel Center? It was, you're going to be zero help here.
I know. I'm like, what is he even talking about right now?
They had the naming rights for it. So they sold the naming rights. And then it was, boy, I'm not going to be able to remember the name.
What is it now?
It's Scott Trade Center.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was that.
Savis.
Oh,
it was
Savis.
Savis Center.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was Kiel, Savis, Scott Trade, and there's apparently rumors of a rebrand, a new naming partner for the home of the Blues, because they're going to do. They put a new scoreboard up. They've done all kinds of cool things inside. If you've been there, apparently that scoreboard inside's amazing. So if you haven't been, we're going to give tickets away.
But not to me.
No. I don't know if you.
I don't get to do anything.
I don't know if you got the memo on the Blues ticket giveaway, Casey.
You can't win!
Not sure if you got that memo.
I don't know why do they have to rename things?
Well, it's a naming right. They're making money off of it.
But it makes it really hard for me
How's that so difficult?
to keep up.
Well, you just know it's not like they move the place.
Well, it's a
That
different
would be more
name.
difficult. Wouldn't that be awesome if every time they rename it, they moved it?
I don't really like it when ladies get married and they change the names. It's really hard for me to
Is it because you can't remember?
It's all about me. Yes, I can't remember it.
I'm learning that more and more.
If they change the name.
I don't know.
And we went to the Sears Tower, but it's not the Sears Tower anymore.
Yeah, it's naming right. It's all about money.
Willis Tower.
What's it called?
Willis Tower.
That's in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know what to tell you.
I walk around and I'm like, where's the Sears Tower? And people.
They said they moved it. It's moved. They moved it. Every time they rename it, they move the place.
It's
a different place. It's in a different location.
That's its name. You should just leave it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that we don't keep life simple.
I'm gonna sell my name. I'm gonna sell my name.
Well, if we could make some money off it, I'll be all for that.
Yeah, somebody give me some money and I'll change my name to whatever.
I'm gonna talk to a cotton candy company and see if we can get some money out of this. When I say we, I mean me. I got Christmas presents to buy. The story, from what I hear, is they're going to be rebranding the now Scott Trade Center. It's been Scott Trade Center for several years now. So I've heard rumors, rumblings, and maybe it's already been announced, and I'm just behind times because I'm 4 weeks. I'm 4 weeks in jammies.
Yeah, out of the loop.
Sleeping all morning and having a casual cup of coffee and reading a post here or there on the interweb, and then watching my stories. So I've been kind of out of the loop. 4 weeks out of the loop.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. If you want to go enjoy a Blues game, we're going to give away some tickets for an upcoming game at whatever it's called right now, the Scott Trade Center.
Yeah, I'm confused.
If anyone knows when the Kiel Center opened, Max at WCXO967.com. I was kind of hoping we got the website now, WCXO967.com. There's a YouTube channel so you can stream. The WCXO sports broadcasts are now on YouTube. Last 3 or 4 football games, including the last game of the season for the Carlisle Indians, the last team standing. What's cool about this YouTube channel, if you go to it, subscribe to it, because you can go back and listen at your leisure.
Yeah.
It's all archived in there. You just see all the different videos. If there's nothing live, go to the video, click on video, and it'll show you all the videos that are there. And that's still a work in progress. We need one of those under construction logos so people know that we're still going to make some changes. We're working on some stuff.
Yeah.
We've had 4 weeks. We don't have enough time to get this all logistics working, but we're goaling our goal right now. We're goaling.
I like that.
We're goaling for the new year.
Goaling for the new year.
It's all going to be kind of in place by the time we get to 18 or sooner. I mean, it's really not that long.
No.
It's not that far off now. So WCXO967.com is finally up after years and years and years of promise. Check out WCXO967.com. More interactive content coming, and right now you can click on live sports to listen to our sports broadcast. At some point there'll be a Scott and Casey page, and you can find our archives and contests and more. WCXO967.com. Still no text number, though.
No.
We still don't have a text number. I thought maybe we get a text number while we were down. So if you do want to text or email or text, max@wcxo967.com. What I'm about to tell you is horrific. It's not for the faint at heart. Oh. My wife has these potluck meals at work. It seems like all the time. Like we're eating Hamburger Helper, and I'm making really bad meals for dinner, and then she comes home from the grocery store, and there's all these groceries for her to make these wonderful casseroles and things for the work potlucks. So she comes home last week, and she makes this French bread pumpkin something French. It's was French bread like a French toast.
Yeah,
it's a casserole. She made this big old casserole, and the best part was it overflowed. It had that syrupy, like the pecan, like pumpkin and pecan and French toast casserole, and it overflowed, and it got all the bottom of the oven, and then it's burned. So we had this stench, this burnt stench in the house for like 4 days after, and they ate good apparently at this potluck for last week. It was like Thursday or Friday, whatever day it was, and so. She's coming and going at the house, and so she's got to go someplace, so she has the car, and it was too many steps to get into the house, I suppose. So she grabs her little carry satchel. She got one of them carry satchels with there's 2 casserole dishes with what was left of this casserole. Did I mention she burned the holy crap out of it? The bottom's all burnt up, and cleaning this pan, I got dishpan hands trying to clean the burnt stuff off the bottom.
God, let's soak.
Of the pan. I did, but it still was a pain. So she's got to run, so she didn't want that left in the car. So she takes a little satchel and she sets it out in the garage. She sets it on the ground in the garage, okay, and it's got the remnants of the casserole in there. And so I'm kind of a neat freak about some stuff, and I'm a total slob about 96.7% of other stuff. But I like to keep the kitchen in order. And I'm doing my inventory, and I can't find the pans. I got spots for everything, and I'm like, wait a second, did she leave those casserole dishes at work? Because I don't want someone from her work stealing my casserole dish, because it's casserole season coming up.
It is.
You know, I got a green bean casserole I got to make for Thanksgiving. So I was like, oh, I wonder where that's at, and I thought, I bet I know where it's at. She either left it at work. I had a feeling it was out the garage. I just had that feeling. You've been married as long as I have, Casey. You know a thing or two about your significant other.
That's so cute.
So she's on the go, right? So she just takes it. She's like, oh, that's so many steps. I'm just going to leave it right here in the garage. So it's Saturday night. And I was a wild Saturday night. I was doing dishes. Oh. So everyone had gone up. It was like 9 o'clock, and I'm doing dishes, and I wanted to get these, and I knew I needed to soak these pans. So I grabbed the little satchel carry case thing, and I pick it up, and I walk inside, and I set it up on the counter, and then I start getting ready to reach into it, and I turn the water on to get the hot water started in the sink, or as my Grams would call it, the zinc. The zinc. I got to get the hot water started in the zinc. So I got the hot water going. I get out the dish soap, and I'm getting ready. And I'm going to I got to get the garbage disposal. And I go and I grab this casserole. There's 2 dishes. I mentioned that. Yeah. I got 3 fingers up for some reason. There's 2 dishes, but I'm holding up 3 fingers right now. So I grab. You know where this is going, right? I grab the casserole dish, and I pick it up out of this satchel. One of those. I don't know what you know how they sell the bags. You want to come to my bag party? We're selling bags. 31 or whatever those.
Yeah.
I got bags. So I grab this out, and next thing I know, cockroaches start running up both my arms.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, oh my god! I mentioned it's night. Like the wife and the kids had gone up to bed already. I'm in the middle of my kitchen. It's like, oh my god!
How many?
I stopped counting once I got. I'm trying, and then I'm trying to consciously not flick them off onto the ground because I don't want them running all over my house.
So what'd you do?
So I kind of went, I can't even repeat some of the things that I said, and I turned to the sink, and I start flicking them into the sink, into the hot water, into the scalding water. I'm like, oh my God, and I got the heebie-jeebies. I'm not a man. Don't let this beard fool you. Don't let the masculinity of this beard that I've been growing out for Movember. Don't let it fool you. I'm the guy that's running for sodas while the tower guys are doing the heavy lifting. And I'm looking for bolts and screws and nuts for these guys on their little jobs.
I think it's fair to say that, I mean, if there's one and you acted like that, that would be...
No, they crawled up in both of my arms.
But I'm multiples.
Oh my God. So then I start flinging them off into the sink, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm looking, and as I watch, they're jumping up out of the satchel all over the counter.
Oh my God. So what'd you do then?
I grabbed the dish. I had just happened because I was just cleaning the counters, and I had the bleach cleaner, and I grabbed the bleach cleaner, and I start spraying it into the bag.
Yeah.
And as it's hitting them, you see them popping up like popcorn. They're popping up, and then they're falling back into the bag, and I guess the bleach was killing them. I lost count at 20.
Oh my gosh. I would have handled that differently.
I didn't know what else to do. I didn't think to check in the garage.
Right.
So let's just say I went and bought roach motels because they're out in the garage.
Yeah.
But then one got away.
How do you?
I saw it hit the ground and run under the stove.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God! And then I couldn't focus on the one that got away because I got to my knowledge all of them, except that one. And they all went to the garbage disposal.
All it takes is one.
And I had the heebie-jeebies the rest of the night. Every time I felt like an itch. I thought it was a cockroach crawling up me. So I had to wait till the next day, and I went and I bought those roach motels.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it yet, but I put them out in the garage. I put one out in the garage, and then I knew I had that one that got away, and I set it in the kitchen.
Under the sink?
Well, it went under the stove.
Oh.
So, and I didn't want the dog to get a hold of it, so I was like...
Why?
Because I didn't know if there's poison in those.
No, there's not poison.
What was it? Got sticky stuff? What's the roach
I thought
motels?
you meant the roach itself.
No, the roach motel.
Oh.
I put a roach. No, I bought a roach motel. I bought a couple.
Yeah.
So now I'm on a roach hunt right now.
They're not. Roaches aren't like harmful though.
Well, I don't want them crawling all over me.
No, I know, but
they
it's
crawl
not
in your mouth when you're sleeping.
That's not a thing.
I've read enough horror
spiders.
Stories. See that's
still a myth.
I think it's all bugs.
That's a myth.
That should have been a story for Halloween, but it hadn't happened then. It happened just this past Saturday night.
So November's the new October.
Oh my God, I really did. Some of the things I can't repeat. I don't think I'll ever repeat.
I would have chucked.
And I can't believe nobody in the house heard the ruckus. And I know if they would have known, and I didn't tell my wife because she goes, "What's going on down there?" And I wanted to say, well, I wanted to tell her, well, if you had just brought the damn it casserole in, it all would have been avoided. But I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want my wife and the two girls to know that there were 53 cockroaches running around.
Yeah.
And then what's that say about us? How filthy are we? We got cockroaches all over the place.
No, it's a time of year.
They were out in the garage. But
it's getting cold, so they're moving where it's warmer.
So here's the thing, though. I haven't checked the garage one. I have this feeling the garage one's going to be filled because I'll see them every once in a while running through the garage. And, of course, I go after them.
I don't think you're going to get them all.
Well, then I guess we are moving. We're moving in with you until we get the cockroaches cleaned up. Yeah. So now I won't be able to ever eat a shit. She goes, I'll make that breakfast casserole I made for work for Thanksgiving or the weekend of Thanksgiving because, we don't get it except for holidays when the work crew gets it whenever they have a potluck. So I was like, oh, well, lucky us. Now I don't want any part of it because now I'm going to always associate 55 cockroaches with this casserole.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful.
I would have taken the whole thing and just thrown it in the yard.
Well, I was inside my house and there was nowhere to go with it, and I didn't know what else to do. So I grabbed the cleaner with the bleach and just started shooting that, and then you could hear them. They were jumping up, and they were so big you could hear them landing inside the thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then I picked the one casserole dish up and threw it into the sink with them in there, and then the hot water was getting them, and then there was another one, and they were all in that one too. It was awful.
It sounds awful.
Yeah.
Traumatic.
It was awful. So, yeah, I got a little bit of the heebie-jeebies still as a result.
Well, now you know.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I peed my pants a little bit.
What?
I mean, I'm just being as truthful as I can. This is like confessional this morning. I'm tell my confessions to Casey.
I don't think that's that big of a deal.
I peed my pants a little bit because it was. I mean, it was like, you ever see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
No.
That's the second one. And there's a scene where they get stuck in a room and the girl has to rescue them, and she has to walk on bugs, and she's wearing open-toed shoes, and they're showing the bugs crawling all over her bare
like
open
centipedes and stuff.
Yeah, and then she has to reach her hand in to get this lever to save Indiana Jones and Short Round. They're in this
you wouldn't have saved him, would you?
No, they would have been dead. I would have been like, sorry. If I would have had my bleach cleaner, maybe I would have cleared a path with my bleach cleaner. Yeah, if next time I'm at the store, I'm gonna write I'm gonna bring a Sharpie with me. I'm gonna write, cleans germs and cockroaches. Because I was blitzing those things with that bleach cleaner because I didn't know what else to do. But I got the heebie-jeebies, and that's what it reminded me of. And that's the scene. Where she has to reach her hand in, and she has to pull this lever, and they're showing them all crawl over her hands.
But it's kind of different if you know it's going to happen.
But when I reached into that thing, and those cockroaches start crawling up both my arms, there was like 3 or 4 on each arm, and I was like, I'm peeing my pants. And then, the dog's nowhere to be found. I thought maybe if they were hitting the floor, the dog would go after her. She's a filthy animal. One filthy animal made another filthy. I don't know if you would consider a cockroach an animal, but it was a filthy something that needed to be removed from Castle Patrick. So I politely told the wife, I'll pass on that breakfast casserole. As good as it might have been, I'm going to always have association now with cockroaches.
So you never can use that casserole pan ever again?
No, I washed that thing pretty good. Well, it took forever because did I mention she burned it?
Yeah.
That was the least of my concerns by the time it was all done. Yeah, and then I was worried because I wanted to make sure I had the garbage disposal on because I hear that these cockroaches, if you get them in the sink, they'll crawl out of it.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure they got chopped up.
Maybe if they get chopped up, there'll be like a million little turned cockroaches.
And I thought, the one that got away would be the mom, and it'll lay little cockroaches all over my house.
Yeah.
So I laid the one out though. I told you one got away.
Yeah.
And I saw it when I was watching Stranger Things of all things last night. It ran across the living room floor, so it made a move. If it's the same one, I'm like. And when I got up, as soon as I got up with the chair, because I was going to go after it with my shoe, and I was going to get it. And as soon as I sat up in my chair, it stopped and then looked at me, and then it flipped me off, and it ran under the TV, the entertainment center. So I ran quickly in and grabbed that Roach Motel, and I put it under the TV stand, the entertainment center. I put it in there, and then when I got up this morning, it got it.
Really?
And I was like, gotcha. So I'm hoping that was the one.
Yeah.
So it's accounted for. All the cockroaches have been accounted for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And now we need a new breakfast casserole for the weekend of Thanksgiving because Scotty not going to have no part of that one. That's for sure. I'm not the most masculine of men.
You're doing a little dance over there.
You ever had bugs crawling all over you?
Yeah, I had bugs crawling over me this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Should be like, yeah, it was fine. I just picked them up and I ate them.
No, I didn't.
I'm not a wuss.
I rescued them. A couple of walking sticks.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Did we tell you about the time Casey killed her car?
Oh.
It's great to be back. Spread the word and tell a friend. Max is Max. The Max Morning Return continues. Presented by Becker Jewelers.